to rumble. A 30-point performance, a few 20 in the game right before this for the HBCA Girls Basketball All-Star Game. And now we turn it to the second game of our doubleheader as the boys will go at it tonight on the ISC Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by the Agents Advisor and Joe Morris. Ready to grow your business? Email info@theagentsadvisor.com and by SCI Communications, Southeastern Indiana's most diverse telecommunications provider. Alongside my broadcast partner, Kristen Hazley, I'm John Natale. And Kristen, what a game that we had in game number one, 85-82. But I don't think this game is going to go the same way because there was some defense played in that first game. I think it's going to be rock'em sock'em robots here with everybody shooting it from every distance, but we're going to have ourselves a good one with the boys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this game is going to bring together some of the top seniors of some of these Southern Indiana programs. I mean, these are players who have carried their program, won games, won titles. Now they're getting one last run on the high school stage, and they're all trying to put on a show.
Well, just like the girls did in game one, college rules. A lot of those girls are going to go on and play at the next level, some Division I, a lot of Division IIIs. The same thing here. These kids are not used to 20-minute halves. It's the only college is the only one that does that. I'm not a fan of it myself. If you're going to play, you play the way everybody else does. But is that going to affect this at all, Kristen? I mean, especially with the substitutions in and out, no one's going to be in there for 15 minutes in the first half or 13 minutes in the second. It's going to be even distribution on the substitutions. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially this format of a game, it's not going to be as taxing as it might be at the college level. Yes, we're going to see some impressive athleticism on display. I think we're going to get probably a little bit more competitive than the girls as well. But everyone on this roster was the guy, right, on their high school team. And now for these first for this first 20-minute half, see, so I'm still doing it too. We have to see how they band together, who becomes the guy and who is just one of the guys.
As they announce the East Boys All-Stars, I might want to get a mention of everybody. Kason Dager, number one, he is not here tonight. You have Jack Fessel from Cordon Central and the Panthers. Anthony Fresh, number 10. Mike and Norman, one of two 11s that'll be on the court this afternoon. And you have Dane Caldwell. And then you can see the short bench for head coach Trent Moorhead. Now, this is his fourth season. He was with the Hauser Jets, but got to give a lot of congratulations to Trent Moorhead. He's going to go coach the Center Grove Trojans beginning next year, so a lot of credit to Coach Moorhead. And then Dusty Cole in his 14th season with Paoli. Paoli was the lone team going into the playoffs this season that was undefeated. Came up a little short, but a great 244 and 104 record.
Yeah, both these guys really impressive coaches, and you hit the nail on the head there with Trent Moorhead, an excellent hire for Center Grove, and really just a young up-and-coming basketball coach that I think is going to do well with whichever program he's at. So will be fun to watch next year for sure.
Let's set the starters for these to be Eli Sego from Triton Central, number 2. And then we have Caden Claxon, one of the number 11s, a Shelbyville Golden Bear. Also Gavin Keller, a Hauser Jet. We have Alex DeWitt, the Orleans Bulldog. And then Lane Pendleton, Brownstown Central Braves. We'll round out the first 5 for head coaches Trent Moorhead and Dusty Cole. On the West, Edwin Holmes and Sam Gooch are not here. Marius Harris, Connor Daly, Houston Schoonover, and Jack Clark will come off the bench for head coaches Todd Wolfel of Terre Haute North and the Patriots, and Jason Gansman of Boonville Pioneers. Coach Todd Wolfel in his 19th season, 278 and 177. And Coach Gansman in his second season, 19 and 6. And the starters will be number 3, Blake Neal, 6'6". Watch out for him. The Bloomfield Cardinal. A.J. Foster from Lagodi headed to Miami to play for the Red Hawks, number 5. Braden Goff, the Northview Knight. And his brother Carter is a freshman on the Knights. He wears number 21. Gavin Wolfel, the son of head coach Todd Wolfel, Terre Haute North Patriots. And Jack Pryor, a Patriot from Heritage Hills. And something I've noticed about this, Kristen, is the height. There is not a player on the East under 6 foot. But we just saw that there's a little bit more depth that's coming from the West. But shortened rosters, these kids are primed for this. The conditioning, they've gone through a whole season, have had time to relax after the playoffs. And I just think that there's going to be a three-point competition. I want to go back to when Indiana hosted the All-Star game, and Damian Lillard lost his mind. I don't anticipate that not happening in this one.
That's fair. I mean, all I can say is they grow them big down in southern Indiana. But you're right, no really players shorter than about 6 foot on these rosters. And, you know, All-Star game, they're going to play fast. They're going to play loose. We'll see them attacking to the rim, but I think you're right. We'll also see some early shots testing the limits.
The tip is controlled by the East as Lane Pendleton wins that battle. And we are underway. Game 2 of our HBCA All-Star Game doubleheader on the IC Sports Network. Into the lane, cut off our first 3-ball. And Seago can't hit it. Rolls out of bounds. It's going to stay with the East.
I think we'll probably see, a lot of meshing in this first, second quarter. A lot of transition game, attacking at the rim, trying to figure out how all of these talents work together.
In the post with the right hand and got the friendly roll. And the first basket goes to Gavin Keller.
Yeah, Gavin Keller, one of the key pieces of that Hauser team. They made it all the way to semi-state before losing to Bar Reeve, but again, another historic year for Hauser, and he was one of the key pieces of that run.
Quick basket for Jake Pryor on the other end. It's Claxton, he'll take it and just shave the iron, but good hustle by Seago to keep that alive.
How about the save? That was athletic.
In the paint with the left hand, good look.
Yeah, that looked very, very comfortable for Alex DeWitt down there. Nice little turnaround hook shot. He knew exactly where he was at.
Turnaround jumper, that off the front of the iron by Blake Neal. Will go the other way. And that one off the rim. Jack Fessel grabs a rebound. Here's a 3. And that off the back of the iron, no good.
Yeah, the drive to the lane is probably going to be a little bit open early on. Obviously, you're going to get contested at the rim, but no issue really getting into the paint this afternoon.
Lane Pendleton got all the way to the cup, couldn't finish. Here's a 3-ball, and we have our first one.
Beautiful spot up in the corner by the coach's son, Wolfie. I bet you he's probably shot about 100 of those every day.
Up top, here's Pendleton. Into the post again. Strong move, couldn't finish, but he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Pendleton, a 3-sport athlete. You'll see it here, the kick out. And just a smooth stroke from Gavin. Pendleton 6'5". And good looking stroke on the first free throw. He's in the books.
He's
tied at 5s.
Really solid 6'5", another one that's really just dynamic in the post, not just a big guy that can post up, but he can move around there and be pretty agile with some impressive post moves.
Long 3-ball. And that one off the iron, no good. Another offensive rebound, and fighting for it was Blake Neal.
And hey, we saw it in the girls' game right before this. You can get a lot of points off of rebounds in this kind of game, a lot of three-pointers. The opportunity for some long rebounds, but not if that happens.
The stretch 4. Lane Pendleton nails a 3. That's going to stay with the West. Braden Goff got it tipped away.
And early on, a bit of a shooting duel, exactly like we thought, John. It's going to be fun to see who has the hot hand.
It's A.J. Foster. He's going to try it. Back of the iron. Flying in for the rebound. Good look ahead, but too heavy on the pass. DeWitt tried the fly pattern. Pass incomplete.
You love to see the athleticism. They're going to go. They're going to take some risks and play at a pace they might not typically do, but it's a fun freedom game to watch.
Straightaway three. That one no good. Claxton pulls it back, now up top. Down in the paint. And strong move, got the offensive rebound. Alex DeWitt, he's got 4.
Now it's interesting to see Claxton really take control early on in this game as the point guard for the East team. Really, he's a stabilizing presence, and it's what he was able to do all throughout his high school career.
Foster from the corner. And that one no good. Keller with the rebound. And a body check from Foster. Be side out for the East. Couple of substitutions. Jack Fessel and Micah Norman. Fessel, the Corden Central Panther, and Micah Norman, the Milan Indian golfer.
Yeah, a couple of those. I love to see it, multi-sport athletes. And our second number 11, worth clarifying if you're watching at home.
Gavin Keller with the bucket, he's got 4. Lead is 6. That ball tipped away into the hands of Pendleton, up ahead. And that ball too heavy.
Yeah, and that's sort of the kind of chaos you expect to see in this game. Obviously, these players not exactly used to playing with each other, more so against each other. So it might take a quarter or two to try and find that rhythm.
Here's Goff from the right wing on the spin move. That ball tipped away. Foster from the corner. Canned it.
The home court, potentially an advantage there for A.J. Foster. He's a Lagodi alum here and playing on his home court for one final time.
And no shot, fouls on the floor. That was Eli Seago on the bucket at the other end.
There's the look at the shot by Foster in the corner. Nice little spot up. Good work finding him.
Pull-up jumper. It's good from Blake Neal.
Blake Neal, little mid-range touch there. He's another multi-sport athlete, baseball, golf, and soccer.
Seago. In and out, no good. And that ball stripped away. And on the up and under, Pendleton. Leading all scores with 7.
And again, you just see the versatility of Lane Pendleton that time. Getting the touch, getting out in transition, and finishing through a little bit of obstruction there.
Marius Harris and Connor Daly come in for the West. Jack Clark, number 33. Good look underneath. Harris comes in, he gets the first bucket. That's Fessel. And lots of traffic. Went up strong, couldn't get it. And Braden Goff comes away with the rebound.
Yeah, that's that trap again. You can get into the lane, but the pressure is absolutely going to come at the rim.
There is Harris. Every part of the rim, just didn't find the bottom of it. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the West. Long three. That rolls around the rim, no good.
Yeah, no shortage of confidence early on from behind the arc, which is, you know, to be expected in this kind of feature game.
Seago with it. Into the paint and left alone as 15's got tied up. Connor Daly and Gavin Keller.
Yeah, good acceleration there by Gavin Keller. See him able to just seal off the defender and create the contact.
Keller sinks to first, 61% from the free throw line, but he shoots it at 62% from the field. Don't see that often.
No, you really don't.
He misses the back end. and tips that ball away. It's going to stay with the West.
Early on, a lot of guys getting touches, getting high-quality touches, good looks. You want everyone to get in that scorer's book, but it's going to come down to who steps up and takes control of this one.
On the corner jumper. That's good. Jack Clark now in the books. Panther of Bloomington South. Another foul. It's hard to say it for a high school game, but 13:37 left in the first half. Long three. Off the iron, no good. Harris with the rebound. On the dribble drive. And tried to switch hands. Couldn't do it. Good move underneath. Pendleton's got a quick 9.
As expected, a little bit of run and gun here in transition. Right now it was the East able to kind of find that edge going the other way.
Number 24, Houston Schoonover from Wood Memorial. Here's Harris, pullback jumper, and got it.
He is all over the place, and I tell you what, he has been an impressive part of that Evansville Bosse program, and we're excited to highlight him here this afternoon.
Seago with it. Into the paint. Kick out. Way deep. And off the iron, no good, and flying for the rebound. Straightaway 3. That one no good.
I'm interested. Not a lot of offensive rebounds yet. You know, we saw a lot more on the girls' side of some battles for some boards, but really these outside perimeter shots are just going straight to the defense.
Micah Norman couldn't finish. Ball thrown out of bounds. Caden Claxton comes in, as does Alex DeWitt. 1-point game. Here's Claxton. Bullies his way into the paint, able to get it up.
It's impressive there. When he decides to go, it's very difficult to stop him, especially that deep in the post. Harris that time. He's starting to feel it now, a confident stroke from him from behind the arc.
Cut off was Claxton. And Jack Fessel. It's starting to rain threes here in Lagodi.
It was just a matter of time, I think.
There's a pull-up 3. Wolfley's got 6. That ball tipped away. Wolfley and Harris fighting for it. Comes away. And that's
blocked.
It's blocked. Wolfley. That off the rim, no good. Harris with a good rebound. And soft touch with the right.
There it is.
Harris has got 9.
That time, yep, they crashed down the board, and Harris just having a bit of an explosive start of this half.
Off the front of the iron, no good. Harris with the rebound. On the take. Connor Daly got tied up with Seago. Oh, that was Jack Fessel.
Obviously, we love the defensive effort. Maybe a little, more physical than you might expect for an all-star game, but hey, that's the way we like it. Keeps it competitive, and we've had an excellent one so far.
That was on Seago. As Connor Daly now in the books from Linton Stockton. And rolls around the rim, no good. Splits a pair. The lead is 3.
Similar to in the girls' games, a lot of these guys faced each other in heated competition, and so it's fun to see them merge together and trying to figure out how to play as teammates as quickly as possible.
Fessel from the free throw line, he's got 5. There's Jack Clark, skip pass from the perimeter with the left hand. Good take from Gavin Wolfley. He's got 8. And that was into the paint. And Connor Daly had none of it. But came back, stripped away, Jack Fessel.
End-to-end action, and this half is moving.
Turnaround jumper got the backboard. On the take with the right hand, couldn't get it. And the other way, that ball out of bounds. It'll go back to the West.
A little bit of chaos early on. Again, throwing some teams together. I'm not sure ball security is one of the highest priorities as they're trying to figure out maybe a little bit of motion, some sort of game plan here. But the halftime adjustments, that's what I think we'll start to see some of this come together and maybe one player start to rise above the others.
That ball found its way all the way to the left perimeter, and that corner three missed. There's a long three by Claxton, and he cans it.
Woo! Ultimate green light there. He knew he wanted that one, even with the closing out defender able to elevate and put that one in.
Running one-hander, but on the putback, Blake Neal. He's got 6, and we're tied at 30s. Seago, he cans it. Here we go.
He wanted to get in on the three party.
We'll try it again. Back iron, no good. Here comes the East.
Ooh, he almost went for that one, but
Seago from straight away. And that off the iron, no good. Tipped around for Jake Pryor. Neal with the good fake and with the right hand.
That's just an excellent play by Blake Neal there. Recognizes that the expectation is he's going to jack that three up. Uses it against the defender. Excellent high IQ play.
Pull-up three from Fessel. Off the ball foul. SEI Communications, Southeastern Indiana's most diverse telecommunications provider with offerings ranging from lightning-fast fiber optic internet to data center solutions and fiber transport. Visit seicommunications.com or call 888-200-8077 for availability today. And SEI wishes to congratulate Micah Norman of Milan for playing in today's game. Here's a three ball. Back iron, no good. Long rebound. On the cross court, Pendleton. In and out, no good. Backside rebound. And got it to go was Alex DeWitt. Stayed with the basketball. He's got 6.
A nice job from DeWitt there. Just battling down low on the block. Gets himself an offensive rebound and a putback.
Into the paint. Blake Neal ran into a lot of traffic. We'll have a foul on the floor. The lead is 1 for the East.
And it looks, substitution here, and that's another fun part of these all-star games. You're going to see a lot of different combinations, a lot of different lineups, something, players want to do. They want to play with everyone they can, so really fun to see some of these different combinations.
Blake Neal, the first player in double digits with 10. And a tie-up, and then for the three ball, we're going to have a jump ball. That was close.
Yeah, I think that's a good call just because the ball never leaves his hands, right? If it does, otherwise you're calling that a block. But I think jump ball is the right call there.
Jack Clark and Claxton. Here's a long three. Blake Neal, he's got a baker's dozen.
I mean, when he can drive to the rim, lay it in, and he can make that shot without hesitation, what are you supposed to do as a defender?
And all the way into the paint was Gavin Keller. Keller's got 7. With the left, got the friendly roll. Good take by Braden Goff. He's now in the books.
Excellent take by Goff, and you can tell that's one of his go-to moves. He had that touch just perfect off the backboard.
And Alex DeWitt now has 8.
I don't think the lead has been bigger than 5 either way.
Neal. Sometimes all you can do is just laugh because these kids, you get so excited and you just love to see it, the range.
You do, and I mean, he's feeling it right now. Got the hot hand, keep feeding him.
Into the paint, strong move, offensive rebound, ball tipped away on the ground. It's going to stay with the East.
Blake Neal taking his time in the spotlight the last couple minutes. And you see, even on the drive in, he can take care of the ball. He's a good ball handler, excellent at getting into the lane, but man, he can really stretch a defense out too.
Fessel, and couldn't get the roll. Good offensive rebound. And Gavin Keller now has 9. The handoff. It's Jack Clark. Pullback jumper. And couldn't get that one to go. Rebound by Fessel.
Fessel having himself an effort night. You know, a lot of boards right now, combining with some good looks. Hope to see him get a few points on there.
Lane Pendleton with just strength. He's in double digits with 11. Perimeter 3, way long. Fessel up ahead. Claxton. Here we go.
Claxton has proven a few times already this afternoon you cannot leave him open behind the arc. That time he had all the time in the world.
Neal.
Woo!
Oh, he's on fire.
That is officially on fire.
Pendleton. That just grazed the rim, chased down by Goff.
I mean, that was even a beautiful, just coming off a little bit of a screen. Catches the ball, turn and shoot right in rhythm. Impressive streak right now for Blake Neal.
5:09 left in the first half. West has a 1-point advantage. Schoonover. Ran into traffic, but able to pull up on the offensive rebound. Good up and under by Connor Daly.
Strong take there, good rebound, and the nice little reverse laying off the glass.
Fessel, ball stripped away. Down low to Harris with the left. Darius Harris now is 11.
Yeah, the West really starting to gel now, sharing the ball, getting out in transition. Right now, they're the hot team to stop.
Keller working against Harris. And throws it over the head of Claxton. It'll be West basketball. Lead is 5. Here's Harris. Now on the block. Straight away 3, and that's good. Connor Daly. Oh, Pendleton ran into a lot of traffic. Claxton going to try it again, and he cans it.
Well, for as much as Daly and Neal are hitting it from behind the arc for the West team, on the East, you said it, Claxton starting to feel it from behind the arc as well.
And that was, once again, Connor Daly back-to-back triples. And that ball finds the bottom of the cup, Jack Fessel. And that one's short. Here comes Seago. On the baseline, good look underneath, but it was blocked. It was bothered by Blake Neal, but that'll send Gavin Keller to the free throw line.
For all the threes that we've had, we've also had some decent down-low play, seen quite a few impressive finishes through contact, but we'll take a look back at this hot streak of threes that we've had going, and you're going to see that number 3, Blake Neal, make quite a few on this highlight reel. Again. And he's still yet to miss, I think, in this in this entire half from behind the arc.
Underneath, good look. Jack Clark now with 4. Seago, bothered by Harris. And here comes the West, and too heavy. And it's going to be a turnover.
Good effort on the save. There's a little bit too long to keep that one in. Still a tight one down the stretch.
Professional basketball also going on today. And game 1 of the quadruple header over. Toronto ties the series with the Cavs. They'll head back to Cleveland. And that ball finds a way in the bottom of the cup. Schoonover picks up his dribble, now gets it up top. Into the paint, good look. Little floater with the right, couldn't go, but on the tap back, Jake Pryor.
Yeah, I see a little bit of a line shift right now for the West All-Stars, and again, it's fun to see how they pick up what kind of offense this group plays versus the three-point barrage we just saw.
And back down at the other end, Houston Schoonover gets the bucket after Micah Norman got his 4th point.
Claxton.
And yes, there are 2 11s on the court.
All right, Marius Harris draining one now. I think that means the West team has at least 50% of the team making a three-pointer this afternoon.
Lane Pendleton with the Baker's dozen. Kirsten will be able to take a breath here, I'm sure, in about 90 seconds. Into the paint, fadeaway jumper, no good.
I mean, yeah, it really has been back and forth, end to end. High-paced game.
And that ball, good from 3. Micah Norman, he's got 7. The lead is 2.
They didn't rush it that time, and it paid off, the open three-pointer.
Turnover, Pendleton nabbed it out of the air, coast to coast, and couldn't get it to go. Backside rebound, no good by Connor Daly. On the alley-oop, nice pass from Harris to Pryor. That's 6 for Pryor.
How about that heads-up play, alley-oop lay-in.
Chased down by Wolfley. Harris, no good. Schoonover with the offensive rebound. In the paint, good look underneath. Schoonover couldn't finish. 2 offensive rebounds, 3. Looks like Tree Rollins down there.
Man, and it was a underhand shovel pass that got to him there in the post. Impressive finish, though. Third time's a charm.
Here's Harris, 20 seconds. And another alley-oop, this time to Connor Daly. 11, lead up to 8, 10 seconds. Straightaway 3, that no good. 4 seconds.
Oh, he's gonna have a look.
It'll go, and in and out. 72-64. Some offense played in that first half. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Some halftime analysis. It is the HBCA Boys All-Star Game on the ISC Sports Network.
Oh, baby, that got me awake. The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play. The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right? Is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Lagodi High School, Jack Butcher Arena, where we have ourselves quite the scoring fest in that first half of basketball. West up 72-64 over the East. Blake Neal pacing the way for the West with 19. And we're going to look at some three-pointers. And Kristen, there was plenty of them.
Plenty of contributors to this highlight reel, and you were about to give us the stats of Blake Neal, and he was one of the leaders with some of the three-point shots he had. But it was everyone getting involved. See A.J. Foster there from behind the line. A lot of the West All-Stars taking advantage, but not the entire highlight reel. Obviously the East having a few open looks from behind the arc as well, and they have made the West pay when that's the case, especially Caden Claxton.
Let's talk about the scoring for each team. We'll start with the West, and Blake Neal leading the way. Game high 19. Marius Harris came in, put in 14 of his own. Connor Daly has 11. Gavin Wolfley with 8. Jack Clark has 4. Jake Pryor has 6. Houston Schoonover got in the act with 4. A.J. Foster with that lone triple. He's got 3. On the other side for the East, Lane Pendleton and Caden Claxton leading the way, both with a baker's dozen. Alex DeWitt with 8. Gavin Keller with 10. Micah Norman with 7. Jack Fessel also with 7. And then Eli Seago with 5. And
by the way,
Kristen,
we're still going on three-point highlights.
Yeah, I was doing that whole time. We were still seeing the 3-ball. And I don't think there's going to be a shortage in the second half. I think both teams at the end are kind of pulled the brakes on the defense, and nobody wants to get hurt. Everybody wants to have fun. So this 72-64 score, don't be surprised if you see someone in the 130-140 mark by the time this one is done.
100%. 136 total points in the first half. A good majority of them coming from threes. Kind of what we expected, right? A lot of offense, a lot of pace, and not a whole lot of resistance defensively, but someone's going to have to get a few stops down the stretch to go ahead and take this one.
Did want to mention, and we'll go back to the girls' game as well, our officials for today, Pace Jenkins, and this is the girls' crew from Lagodi, Kyle Benner from Brownstown, Alex Weissman from Elizabeth, and then for the boys, we have Harrison Pruse from Dale, Brian Holtz of Evanville, and Dwayne Frobeater from Hobstadt. And they're not very busy. They kind of know that, you know, let's play some free-for-all basketball. A couple fouls here and there, legit fouls, but letting them play, which is what you want to see here. You want to see they always say defense wins ball games. So I don't think anybody cares about this, what their defensive stature is. They want to put as many balls in the bucket as they can and run out of here with 20 or 30 points if they're able to do that.
Yeah, and you said it, you know, none of these guys want to hurt the other guys. It's not going to be, you know, a high-pressure, full-court press situation on the defense, but they're going to continue to shoot the lights out, and it might just be a race to 150 to see who gets the win.
We will take one more break. When we come back, we'll have 20 more minutes of basketball. It's HBCA Boys All-Star Game on the ISC Sports Network.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Game 2 of our HBCA All-Star Game doubleheader on the ISC Sports Network today. Jack Butcher Arena, all of Indiana, very familiar with legendary head coach Jack Butcher. Over 800 career victories in his coaching career. And well-deserved naming of the arena at Lagodi High School. And we start with a three. No good. Ball tipped around. Here comes Harris. In the corner. Off the iron, no good. And controlled by Gavin Keller.
Might need a little bit of a warm-up period here before we start getting the highlight reel again.
Fessel can't hit the three. There's Blake Neal. Braden Goff into the paint. He'll hand it off to Harris. Spin move. Back up top. Trying to split the double team is Goff. Harris with straightaway three. And that one doesn't go in.
I was very impressed with Harris in the first half. Offensively, he sees the court very quickly, especially in transition.
Seago tried the wing three, couldn't get it. There's Foster. He's going to try it. And so far.
Who's going to break the seal here?
And that ball off the foot of A.J. Foster. It'll stay with the East.
Eli Seago doing a nice job for the East All-Stars, controlling that pace, pushing when he wants to, but also draining some open looks.
On the spin move in the paint, and got it to go. Gavin Keller with a strong move. He's got a dozen, and he'll go to the free throw line for the three-point play.
Yeah, take a nice look, a good move, turn move, and just able to get it to roll in past the contact.
Keller 61% from the line, 62% from the field. Averages exactly 20 in this 2026 campaign. And Foster, pull-up jumper. He's got 5.
And he's another guy that is potentially in double-double territory almost every night out. Getting about 18 and a half throughout his entire career here at Lagodi.
Fessel, a little bit too heavy. Offensive rebound. And couldn't get it to go. Here come the West. Here's a three ball. And that's good.
There it was. From way downtown, Blake Neal picking up where he left off.
Neal's got 22. Straightaway three. That one way short. Good look down low. It's Goff. He'll kick it out. Neal. Now Foster. Foul on the floor. It's going to be on Gavin Keller.
Had a lot of good contributions from both sides. We take another peek at that deep. That was about NBA range. You know, a lot of contributions in the first half, but it's going to come down to who's going to step up and be that big scorer and the guy. And Blake Neal right now is positioning himself just to fill that role.
24 from the Bloomfield Cardinal. That's Keller, guarded by Harris. All the way to the cup, lays it in with the right. Good take by Gavin Keller. He's got 14.
And Gavin Keller just relying on what he's good at, getting to the lane, finishing up close.
Jack Clark with a strong move. He's got 6. Lead is 15 or 12, I'm sorry. There's a three. I think that ball was tipped.
I was going to say that was a good off-the-screen handoff, but yeah, got a little tip there.
Neal in the paint. Needs help. That's Goff with it. Good look underneath. The little floater by Jack Clark. Now up to 8.
The West really kind of opening up this lead now.
Norman misses the three. Foster and Neal working a two-man. Jumper's left short. East will slowly walk it up the court. The handoff to Fessel. Down low. And, missed the bunny. Alex DeWitt.
That's a tough miss, but distance.
Heat check. Here's a three ball. Off the backboard, no good. Neal with the rebound.
He's going to take it himself.
Coast to coast.
I think he's probably got the ultimate green light right now from head coach Trent Moorhead.
He'll take a chair. Blake Neal with 26. We still have 15:25 left in the second half. East has gone cold on the offensive side of the basketball. Straightaway three. And that one off the iron, no good. Schoonover with the rebound. And all the way down the lane, no good. Offensive rebound. With the right, that ball was blocked. And there we go. Jake Pryor.
The West right now trying to play this in the post, which is just fine, but continuing to battle for those rebounds.
Good look underneath to Norman. He's got 9. That ball tipped. It'll stay with the West.
A good hustle by Pendleton that time to get back on defense. Gets the deflection, preventing an easy 2 there for the East.
And going to go to the free throw line is Braden Goff. That foul on Micah Norman. Goff 80%. Just over 14 during the season. Sinks the first. Goff has 3.
I'll tell you what, the West was down 8 entering the start of this second half, and they have just exploded offensively, opening up this lead.
Around the rim it goes, but not to the bottom of the cup. Both 11s. And Norman puts it in off the assist from the other 11, Caden Claxton. Norman's got 11.
And he's got 11. How about that?
Here's a 3 ball. And off the iron. Offensive rebound. Kick out. 3 ball. Got it.
Money from behind the arc. Braden Goff that time with the open look.
Good look underneath. And that's Claxton. Claxton's got 15.
A high IQ player. You see him cutting in on the backside. Obviously, he can shoot from behind the arc as well. But Claxton really stepping up and trying to control the pace for the East team here.
Into the paint again. Swing. Pendleton. And he cans it from the corner.
All right, big man from behind the arc as well.
Pendleton with 16.
He said, put me in that highlight reel.
There's Schoonover. And here's a long 3. Pendleton grabs a rebound. Lead is 13 for the West. Claxton into the paint. Little shove and good footwork.
The East trying to mount a bit of a comeback here. Gets it down to 11, but got to get back on defense.
And Connor Daly there. Daly's got a baker's dozen. All the way to the lane. Just knocked away. That was Norman. A.J. Foster, the future Red Hawk of Miami, returns. There's Pendleton with the left. Good take.
Great take there by Pendleton. Follows up his three-pointer with a great drive, taking it to the hoop.
Foster can't hit. Battle for the board, but there's going to be a foul.
Right, Connor Daly again, a name we have called out quite a bit this afternoon. An impressive afternoon from him, and he'll get 2 from the line.
Daly looking for points 14 and 15. Leaves it short. Eli Seago and Gavin Keller back in. Seago with 5, Keller with 14. And gets that to go. Lead back up to 12.
Look, a 12-point lead can disappear very quickly in a game like this. So I'm not saying either way, but it'll be interesting to see, does the West almost try and slow it down? Do they try and take control, or do we continue to keep it this wide open?
Pendleton now at 20. Good, strong take by Wolfley. He's got 10. Seago, he's used to doing that.
Yeah, beautiful in rhythm, catch and shoot. Nothing but confidence from Seago.
And there's a 3-ball, and that's good.
Whew. I don't even think that one hit the rim at all. That just tickled the twine.
There's a 3 from the corner. And Jake Pryor with the rebound. Going to try it again. And that one long off the backboard. Straightaway 3. Can't get it. And Pendleton right there. Give it to both Jake Pryor and Lane Pendleton.
Hey, credit for being in the right place at the right time, I guess. But that took one heck of a deflection off someone's hand. Ends up through the hoop for 2.
And they'll give the basket to Pendleton. He's got 22. Strong move into the paint. Left it short. Claxton on the jump stop. Norman. 11-11. That's the second time they've done that.
You love just the awareness from Norman there that he's not going to get a layup up against those 2 taller defenders. Pulls up for the easy jumper.
That was a good take by Wolfley, who now has a dozen. We have hit the century mark with 10:48.
I'm telling you, it's a race to 150.
In the paint. Good, strong move by Gavin Keller. He's got 16.
The East trying to mount a comeback, but I'll tell you what, Marius Harris has been impressive all afternoon, and that time gets out an easy lay-in.
He put on the afterburners on that one. On the offensive rebound, no good. Here comes the West. 3-ball. Off the iron, no good. And we'll go the other way. Claxton. Seago. And that didn't fall. Got his offensive rebound, the dish off, and good look.
Beautiful play by Seago. Gets his own rebound in the unselfish jump off to the weak side for an easy bunny.
Pendleton has 24. Perimeter jumper. And got the friendly roll was Braden Goff. He's got 8.
Pendleton already at 24 with 10 minutes left to go, and it's impressive because it's been a very versatile 24. He's done it from behind the arc, he's done it from pull-up jumpers, mid-range, and he's battled down in the post as well. So really putting on an all-around display of what he can do.
Seago left it long, and Harris with the rebound. He gets to the cup again. He's got such a quick first step, does Marius Harris.
It's a great call out. He can just accelerate past the defender and almost puts a back seal on him.
He's got 18. And that ball in and out, no good. Offensive rebound. And strong by Alex DeWitt. He's in double digits with 10. Harris going to try it. And can it.
Whew. Another player right now getting it done from behind the arc as well as driving downhill and getting to the bucket.
Harris has 21. Seago into the paint. He gets into double digits. That's his 10th point. And a dunk. I was waiting for it. It's going to happen at some point. Belongs to Blake Neal for his 28th point.
It was coming. Just needed the right opportunity.
Seago with a strong move into the paint. Left it off the rim, though. Neal with the rebound. Good look to Foster. Couldn't finish. Harris there. Got tangled up and stays strong. And Harris with 23.
He's on a one-man show right now, doing it all down low and behind the arc.
In the corner. Good take. Got tangled up. And Eli Seago will go to the free throw line, looking for points 11 and 12. 88% from the Tiger from Triton Central.
Yeah, and he's a strong enough driver that, you know, he can do that. He can shot fake you, drive in baseline, and typically go up against that contact. And obviously he'll get at the free throw line here, but he can finish those as well.
Something amazing, Chris, about a lot of these players is there are a few post players that are out there right now, but the perimeter players all shooting over 50%. That's incredible.
That is incredible. I mean, granted, defense a little optional here this afternoon, but
I mean on the season, like
oh,
their
really?
season stats, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, great shooting percentages then. But also, you can see why.
Good look underneath and get the finish is Jack Clark. Now he's in double digits with 10. Claxton, good move with strength, couldn't finish. Good skip pass.
Oh.
And missed it. Neal was wide open, couldn't finish it. Back to him and got bothered by Seago.
Impressive. And Blake Neal, it has been a one-man, well, not really, but he's leading the show for the West team. As we take a look back at that power dunk, he laid it in, really putting his stamp on this game for the East, or excuse me, for the West All-Stars.
Neal looking for points 29 and 30. Got the roll there. 69%.
Over his career, he averaged almost 28 points per game. I mean, just imagine that through his 3 years, I believe it was, at Bloomfield that he was on the varsity team. 27.8 points per game.
28.2 this year. And he has 30.
Phew.
Lead is 17 for the West. Pendleton, the high man, and got it to go for the East. He's got 26.
Yeah, he's battling right back, and Pendleton, another one. You see the classy finish there.
Goff left it off the front iron, no good. Seago got the rebound, goes coast to coast and lays it in.
Beautiful up and under there by Seago. So he can absolutely finish through those defenders.
He's got a dozen. Harris, pullback three.
Oh!
And he cans it.
Man, he wanted to answer right back there. A little step back three. Beautiful work creating his own space.
Harris has 26. Oh, that was DeWitt. Shot it. It came right back to him. Here's Harris with that quick first step. And off the rim, no good.
Yeah, oh, he's unlucky not to get that to go.
Good handoff to Fessel. And he's got 9.
Yeah, just good awareness there by the East team, trying to get back into this one.
Into a tight window. Neal, Foster, put on the brakes and left that one short, but on the follow. Braden Goff. Now he's in double digits with 10.
Yeah, there it is, Lane Pendleton again. That spin move, easily knows where he is, and then right back with the answer. Marius Harris with the step back three.
16-point advantage for the West All-Stars. There's a 3 ball.
Woo.
That one good. So Micah Norman has 16.
It's going to get tough to keep track of which number 11 is scoring all the three-pointers.
On the take, and couldn't get it to go. Tough shot for Connor Daly. Here's Seago. Got bothered, ball a little long. And Wolfley comes away with it. And Schoonover puts in points 5 and 6.
Really back and forth again. This game has had an interesting rhythm to it.
Stripped away. Jack Clark with quick hands. Oh, he got denied. Was the big 6'5" forward Jake Pryor. And it's off of the Heritage Hill Patriot.
Say what you will about All-Star games. There has been a lot of defensive effort around the rim. No easy layups here in Lagodi this afternoon.
Fessel. That ball short. Chased down by Seago. Underneath. Good. Alex DeWitt now has a dozen. And on the steal, couldn't get it to go. Schoonover with the rebound. Pull up three from the perimeter. No good. Everybody battling for it. It's going to stay with the West. Ready to grow your business? The Agents Advisor and Joe Morris are business builders dedicated to providing advisory services to small and mid-sized businesses and organizations. Find out more when you visit theagentsadvisor.com. Oh, and Joe wishes to congratulate A.J. Foster of Lagodi, his home court, for playing in today's game. $125-112 on the spin move. Gavin Keller.
We've had some dominant individual performances. Take a look back at this spin move.
Houston Schoonover got his paw in there. Keller looking for points 17 and 18. Gets a first. .422 left in the second half. And gets a friendly roll. And Keller's got 18.
All right, 11 points. That can disappear pretty quickly.
On the baseline. Good take. Couldn't get it with the right hand. Up ahead. Pendleton on the alley-oop. And couldn't finish at the rim.
Great effort there.
3-ball. That off the back iron, no good. But chased down by Daly underneath. Couldn't get that to go on the offensive rebound. Gavin Wolfley.
An easy, quick putback. That was impressive. Had to go through the defender.
Seago goes all the way down the pike to put it in with the left. Seago's got 14.
Getting downhill is one of the things he does best, and he's showing it down the stretch.
Steal. Seago with the right hand. He can do it from both sides. He's got 16 and draws the lead back to single digits.
How about that comeback? Trying to get something rolling here.
3:30 left in a high-scoring HBCA boys all-star game. All on the ground on the kick out. Thought about it. Perimeter three and wide open. Too easy for Connor Daly. He's got 17. Lead back up to 12. Wolfley, good strong move with the right.
Excellent control
Gavin
there.
Keller.
Well done by Gavin Keller. Just jump stop in, a little Euro step. Body control was impressive there for the finish.
Schoonover going to try it and sink it.
Well, just like that, the West team said, hold on. We're going to try and hit a few more of these.
Long three. Give it to Caden Claxton. He's got 20.
What an impressive night from behind the arc.
Split the defense was Wolfley. Out of bounds, going to stay with the West. 10 points. Working in the paint. Daly, the kick out. Underneath. Stayed home and got the alley-oop.
Seago got the tip from behind and then just stepped out a little bit too high. Left the man open on the back door.
Pullback three, no good. On the paint, good strong move.
Great work combining. They've done a nice job this afternoon of finding the post when it's there.
Gavin Keller has 22. There's Goff. And a steal. All the way to the cup with the left hand. Couldn't finish. That was Keller.
Get one more shift change in here, I think.
I love that. That's I've been watching that in both the girls and the boys game. They just call substitutions in on
they'll
when they
stop
change
the play.
possessions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he wanted to add to that total there. He thought about it.
Neal into the paint, spin move, and got tangled up, got the ball with the right and puts it in.
Uses the little deflection there to get himself closer to the hoop. Another inside finish there.
And there's a three by Seago. Seago's got 19, that last bucket. Neal's got 32. 65 seconds. Harris. And couldn't get it to go. Seago with the rebound. Pull up three. Got it.
And he has had an impressive second half from behind the line. First half, he was more just driving downhill. Second half, adding that perimeter look as well.
Steal. Pendleton. That off the iron, no good. Good rebound. Norman. Left it short. Seago.
Yep.
He got it.
How about that? Now we got a three-point game. Seago, three three-pointers?
Well,
It's like a Reggie Miller performance right now.
there are 4 players for the East that are above 20. And on the other side, there are 2 players for the West over 20. However, Blake Neal has hit the 30 mark with 32.
I mean, the West has to get a stop right now. In the last minute, they took that from about, I believe it was an 11-point lead. Now we're down to a 3-point lead, all behind Eli Seago, who's had an impressive night from behind the arc.
Here's Neal.
Ooh, a little full court press.
Foster with it. And a steal. Here comes the East with a chance to tie. All the way on the baseline, the kick out. 3 ball. No good. Chased down by Daly.
He had a good look. He had a look. There's not many players in that situation that you don't want taking the shot on this roster.
Neal with it. Pendleton on him. Harris. And a steal. And did he call timeout? Did he get a timeout?
I don't think so.
Oh, he was
I think he was
so
out of
close.
bounds. You wanted it for the drama.
I did.
Yep. Oh, well, they're. Ooh.
Was he on the baseline? No, it's going to stay with the West. Well, it's been a very entertaining 10 seconds.
It sure has. Oh.
Get in there. What a game.
What more could you ask for? Excellent efforts. Again, tightened up down the stretch. Fun exhibition in Lagodi this afternoon.
A defensive standoff as the West All-Stars beat the East All-Stars 137-134 for the HBCA All-Star Boys game. Kristen, I mean, you can't say enough. So many points. Everybody got involved. There was not a player who did not score in this one. A lot of double digits performances, but our blue-collar player of the game, presented by Boilermakers Local 374, become a Union Boilermaker and be on your way to a great career. Find out more when you log into local374.org. And 663, Blake Neal with 32.
Yeah, Blake Neal taking a look at his highlight reel right now, had an afternoon, really took advantage of the fast and free game style we had this afternoon, and he was getting it done from deep behind the arc, as well as making some post moves through multiple defenders. You saw there our one dunk on the afternoon came from Blake Neal as well, a well-deserved player of the game.
And we are looking at some congratulatory awards.
Well done for Marius Harris. He had an excellent second half, really got into his rhythm. I think they're going to be co-tournament players.
So Blake Neal finishes with a game-high 32. Marius Harris with 26. And we are very happy to bring you this doubleheader of the HBCA All-Star Games. The girls and the boys but even more important, they were both fun. So we hope that you enjoyed both of these contests here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. But the stars are out shining in Lagodi this afternoon. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Kristen Hazley, and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, I am John Natali. Thank you so much for joining us on a fantastic day of basketball, the HBCA All-Star Games, today on the ISC Sports Network. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.